My name is Nick Leister, and I'm a member of the SOLIDWORKS training team. In this multi-video series, I will show you how to start with SOLIDWORKS as a model a pair of needle-nose pliers. In this video, the second in the series, I'll begin modeling the pliers handle while demonstrating sketching and the extrude boss base feature in greater detail. Let's get started. I'll start the next part by clicking New at the top of the screen. With part selected, I'll click OK. Now I'll change the units to inch, pound, second, and edit the scene with a plain white background. I'm ready to start the sketch that will form the head of the needle nose pliers. I'll use the Command Manager's Sketch tab to create a new sketch on the front plane. I'll start this sketch with a circle centered at the origin. Now, I'll add a dimension to this circle so its diameter is 3/4 of an inch. I'll add to this profile with the Line command. An orange point snaps to the top when I hover over the circle, and a yellow icon with a vertical line offers a preview of the relation. I'll click to place the line's first point. A dotted line maintains the vertical relation as I move the cursor up. When I click to form my first line segment, SOLIDWORKS creates several relations automatically. I'll move the cursor horizontally, and a horizontal dotted line forms. When I click, we see that the software creates a horizontal relation. I'll move the cursor down and out, careful to avoid any vertical or horizontal relations, and click the circle, which creates a coincident relation between the line and the circle. The general shape is complete. So I'll move the cursor off to the side and click the Escape key on the keyboard to exit the Line command. Several of the line's entities are under-constrained, allowing me to drag them around. I'll access the Smart Dimension command to dimension the vertical line 2 inches. To see the full model, I'll click the keyboard's F key. I'll dimension the horizontal line so its length is 1/8 of an inch. To constrain the third line, I will use a different technique. I will use the Line command to draw a horizontal line from the origin. I'll use the middle mouse button and scroll down to zoom in. I'll use this line to create an angled dimension between the endpoint of the under-constrained line and this horizontal line, which only exists for the dimension. Therefore, I will convert it to construction geometry by selecting the line and clicking Construction Geometry from the pop-up. Again, I'll access the Smart Dimension command. To create this angled dimension, I'll select the endpoint of the under-constrained line, then select the origin, and finally select the endpoint of the construction line. I'll place the dimension and enter 15 degrees. All sketch entities are black, which means it's fully constrained. Instead of exiting the sketch, opening the extruded base feature, and selecting the sketch, I'll explore a time-saving technique for extruding this sketch. With the sketch still in edit mode, I'll browse to the Features tab of the Command Manager and click Extruded Boss Base. This sketch contains 2 closed profiles. Therefore, with selected contours active, I'll pick both profiles. Using this dropdown, I'll make this a mid-plane extrusion, which extrudes volume equally from both sides of the sketch. Now, I'll enter a 1/2 inch under depth and click OK. This extrude forms the basic shape of the plier's head. Next, I'll start modeling the handle. I'll use the front face of the plier's head to start the handle sketch. I'll select the face and click Sketch from the pop-up to do this. I'll create a construction midpoint line that references the existing geometry. I'll expand the Line command and click Midpoint Line to do this. Here, I'll activate For Construction from the Property Manager before I draw the line. I'll start at the origin, where I'll make my first selection, and when I move the cursor out, the line extends both ways. The orange dot indicates a relation when I move the cursor over the existing geometry. When I exit the command, the line is black due to the relations I created with the line selections. This line ensures that I can position the handle so the pliers can open 30 degrees. Now, I'll sketch the handle with a 3-point arc. I'll make my first selection at the end of the construction line. I'll move down and make my second selection. The third selection forms the arc's initial radius. The Smart Dimension command will produce a linear, vertical, or horizontal dimension depending on where I click to place the dimension. I'll use the Smart Dimension command to define the handle's width, which I'll make 1 inch. I'll define the handle's length, which I'll make 4 inches. I'll click the Escape key on the keyboard to exit the Smart Dimension command. The arc is still under constraint because I haven't defined the dimensions of its radius. I'll use the Smart Dimension command and click the arc to define an 8-inch radius, which fully defines the sketch. This sketch is not closed, but that's okay. I can still use it to define an extrude. I'll click Escape from the keyboard to exit the Smart Dimension command, browse to the Features tab of the Command Manager, and click Extruded Boss Base. The feature detects that the sketch is open and automatically activates the Thin Feature option. I'll make this a blind extrusion. I see that the extrusion goes the wrong way, so I'll click Reverse Direction, which pushes the material in the opposite direction. I'll also click Reverse Direction under Thin Feature, which moves the material to the other side of the sketch. Now, I'll specify a 0.3-inch thickness dimension. The Merge Result option ensures the two extrudes fuse to form a single solid body. With Merge Result active, I'll click OK. In the following video, I'll demonstrate the tools and techniques for removing material using the Cut Extrude feature. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this content helpful, watch the following video in this series and visit the site below to access a complete SOLIDWORKS CAD Fundamentals playlist.